But I got thinking from last week when I did the photographs of the protection or the life insurance company, Dead Happy, their adverts, which of course got picked up by the industry and the Advertising Standards Authority, and they had their tail between their legs and they got a bit embarrassed, didn't they? But it got me thinking about the protection marketplace, because Dead Happy are pretty good at getting attention, particularly from the younger generation, because their adverts go viral on the internet, on your TikToks and your WhatsApps and all the different social media sites. And of course, that's where the younger generation hang out, particularly the Gen Zs. Now, the Gen Zs are kind of like the eldest ones, about 22, 23, so not many of them are buying property. Gen Ys are, of course, but they do share a lot of the same traits. So the article I read actually is a really interesting article about protection and advising protection to clients. And the majority of your mortgage clients are getting younger. And I think what's happened in the last few years is that we're still advising or selling, or call it what you like, protection, maybe in an old-fashioned way. And it just got me thinking, maybe we need to shake it up, because the younger generation it doesn't appeal to them, protection. The way that we market it and sell it doesn't appeal to them. And maybe we need a good old look at it. And the article was talking about, was quoting a number of younger financial advisors, mortgage protection advisors, who are trying different things to appeal to their audience. And it fascinated me. And there was one guy, I can't remember his name now, but he actually has a market stall on a Sunday morning, local to his place. And we're probably not talking about, the veg markets. I mean, I grew up in London when we had veg markets and stuff. We're talking about posh ones, probably. We got them here in Cheltenham. Posh markets, I call them, But he had a stall there in which he was selling the service. And he got talking to loads of people about protection. It was a protection stall. What's that all about? How clever. And his aim was to get a number of leads, number of prospects, as a result of having this stall. And he got chatting to the younger people. I bet you he didn't wear a suit and tie. That's a thing of the past now, isn't it? Nobody wears suits and ties anymore, unless you're in the financial services sector and you're at some awards dinner. But so the fact is, he related to the younger people who came up to him, got chatting, got talking, just to get a bit of new business. I thought it was brilliant. And the other part of the article talked about some of the new features of the insurance companies that are marketing their own products and services to the younger generation. Because the younger generation, you see, the different things appeal to them. And two companies came to mind. Vitality came up, first of all. Vitality I was thinking about, because they've been promoting on the telly their Apple Watch, which of course is all about monitoring all your health, etc., and that becomes part of the deal. And I thought that was quite clever. And gym membership, which of course all young people belong to gyms now, more as a rite of passage than a way of keeping fit. But Vitality are giving that as part of their package. I think that's really clever. And they're promoting those things, as opposed to the picture of the dead person and what would happen if you died. And the other company, your favourite company, Cirencester Friendly, you may have come across with them. I'm sure you've heard of them. You may not have dealt with them. Good bunch of people down there. And they've got income protection as opposed to life assurance. And they've got a number of features. One I like is called Red Arc, as in like Noah's Ark, but it's called Red Arc. Brilliant name, isn't it? But this is a mental health kind of charity which you can have access to as part of the income protection. Mental health. It's so important nowadays. And younger people, or people young at heart, I should say, really concern themselves about mental health as opposed to physical health. And that's something that they promote a little bit. They don't promote it as much as they should, I think. Maybe they need to look at that. But that's down to them, of course, to operate. And, of course, social media comes into its own right, doesn't it? Younger people like to deal with social media when it comes to anything. So promoters of protection are using social media much better than some of the old guard are at reaching the younger generation. Dead Happy using social media. You can't not use it, and you make sure that you need to use the right ones that younger people are using. Like your Facebook's no good, is it? So you need to be looking at things like your TikToks and your Instagrams. You need to be using influencers. Does any life insurance company use influencers to influence young people to think about protection? I don't know if they do. I'm sure they thought about it. They've got plenty of young people in their marketing departments to work it through. But that's something to think about as well. And the final quote actually came from a friend of mine. I met him a couple of times, Ian McKenna, good guy, very good journalist actually. He's very switched on, always ahead of the curve. And he was talking about the attitude of young protection advisors. And he was picking up the fact that these young protection advisors, although of course they need to earn commission and income, they passionately believe, they see it as a vocation. That was his quote. They see it as a vocation and passionately believe in protection for younger clients of theirs, as opposed to the old guard who probably think more of commission. How many mortgage brokers sell protection for the commission? Okay, you've got to pay the bills. Nobody runs on vapor or thin air, but it's your attitude that comes across. No, I thought it's really good. They passionately believe in selling protection. They see it as their vocation. Isn't that cool? So that gets you thinking about protection. If you are in the market to sell or market protection, prospecting for new business, take a think about how you currently do it. Are you the boss? Do you run a team of advisors? If that's the case, think about how you teach and train and coach them. Do you need to relook at the way that you prospect and market protection to younger people especially? I think we need to do something. The market needs shaking up. I hope that's been useful.